Are you trying to buy your home by text? So COVID forced a lot of amazing efficiency in the real estate sector. And this would be true for industries all over the place, but in real estate, it really forced us to be on our game, and mortgage brokers are no exception. Digital signing has really changed the way we do business, and that was around long before COVID. But I would say that because of COVID, we've lost the relationship aspect of how we provide services across multiple industries. And this is hurting the consumer. And nowhere do we see this more than in real estate. You know, I was sitting with a lawyer yesterday, a real estate lawyer, and we were talking about some of the challenges that he's seeing when the home buyer gets to the closing table and has to sign that last document package with a lawyer right before they take the keys on possession day. And let me tell you, the real estate lawyers in Alberta are cleaning up a lot of messes, and so much of it could be prevented if there was better communication throughout the process, from getting your pre-approval to making an offer on a home to processing your mortgage and getting that commitment from the bank, and then getting to closing day. There are stacks and stacks of documents, really important documents, that need to be signed every step of the way. I mean, even your home inspector will have you sign documents. So I saw this for 10 years in real estate. We see this in mortgages. There's a stack of documents that have very serious legal and financial implications for the home buyer, and they all need to be explained and signed. Well, the explaining part isn't always happening. And so it's just very easy for a broker, a realtor, or another service provider to just shoot an email and say, here, sign these documents so we can go to the next step. But at what point is there a conversation to explain that information? And understandably, homebuyers are in a very charged emotional state. I mean, you only buy a house every 5 to 10 years. It's an extremely exciting transaction. It's usually a happy occasion, but it is stressful. And so the temptation is to just tell me where to sign, but you don't really know what you're signing. And the service provider on the other end wants to get it done, and they don't necessarily themselves even understand everything that you're signing, or they don't want to take the time to explain what you're signing. And I'm telling you, it is your mortgage broker's job to explain to you what you're signing and what it means for the future of your home ownership journey and your mortgage. So just an example of some things that are getting missed. I've experienced this, before I was in the real estate and mortgage industries, and I've seen this time and time and time again. Payment or mortgage prepayment penalties. This is a huge one. This can cost $10,000, $20,000 just depending on the mortgage that you're in. If you break your mortgage early, do you understand the penalties applicable to your particular mortgage based on the terms of that mortgage? If you're on a fixed rate, you need to understand what the prepayment penalties are. 6 out of 10 home buyers will break their mortgage at the 3 to 4 year mark on a 5-year term. Everybody thinks, nope, this is my dream home, I'm going to live here forever. Well, life changes. So you need to understand what the penalties are to break the mortgage. Speaking of breaking a mortgage, what if you want to port the mortgage because you got a job transfer? What if you work in an industry or the public service and you get transferred a lot and maybe you have to move out of province? How easy can you port that mortgage to the next home if it's before the 5 years are up? Life and disability insurance. What does that mean? Why are we offering it to you? What happens if, heaven forbid, something goes wrong and you or your spouse get hurt or worse? Who's responsible to pay for that mortgage, and what happens if it doesn't get paid? Then there are sometimes additional costs, fees, and charges on a mortgage or during that process that you need to understand, and you need to know what to expect. You don't want to find out about it 5 minutes before you got to get out the credit card. So it is worth a phone call. Mortgage brokers don't necessarily have to meet with you face to face anymore. And in fact, most home buyers don't want to do that anymore. Totally understandable. But if you're only using email and text, and email absolutely has its place when there's so much important data going back and forth. But if you're only using that and there's never a voice-to-voice phone conversation, things are getting missed. I almost guarantee it. It is our job as the broker to explain what's happening and what you're signing up for, regardless of which lender you're using. So if you have any questions at all about that process, from pre-approval to mortgage application to commitment, all the way to closing day, you can always call or text me to schedule a call, 403-382-7335, or look me up at karriflatla.com. And of course, remember to like and subscribe to my channels here at Facebook and YouTube. And we'll see you for next Friday Fire. Take care.